Drop that hot shit.
Ghost in your closet, take a snapshot with your fatal frames. Ain't no place like home, Silent Hills, she's hanging out. Creeping through the fog, hope to God that it's not your paper route. Plasma cutter shutter, but it's bust the dead of space. Say corpse raper, ain't so tough without your fucking face. Another day, another game to conquer, to say the least. Queen of Let's Plays, all hail the Russ Money.
That's amazing.
This DJ is so funky, man.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Minxcast. We decided to call it Minxcast, basically because we're massively uncreative, and that was the best name that you cunts could come up with. Anyway, today I'm joined with Definition as usual. Hi Definition, how you doing?
Hello, not too bad.
And we have two, not one, but two special guests here on the show today. We are joined first of all by Russ, who is a Let's Player and creator of the La Casa map for Amnesia. How you doing, Russ?
I'm pretty good.
And we're also joined by a good friend of his, someone that you may have heard of. We are joined by the man whose voice turns straight men gay and makes women slide off their seats in overexcitement. We're joined by Cry. How you doing today, Cry?
I got a hot and spicy snack mix. You want some?
I would love some hot and spicy snack mix.
Okay.
Mail it to me, and I'm sure it'll get there in time by the time we're finished.
Excellent.
Anyway, as you know, we talk complete shit on this show about video games for a little while, and today is going to be no exception. So we're going to talk about, first of all, Resident Evil 6, which just came out in all the regions, and apart from Africa, they don't get it there because they hated it because Resident Evil 5 was racist. But anyway, we're going to talk about Resident Evil 6, which has had some fairly bad reviews. First of all, Russ, what do you think of Resident Evil as a franchise?
That's pretty good until the fourth one, just because I was used to the tank controls and made you feel more vulnerable than anything.
Mm-hmm. I suppose so. It takes away an element of the fear, didn't it, when it became like an action shooter, as it were, rather than a... Cray, what do you think of Resident Evil? Do you have a strong opinion on the series?
You know, my memories of Resident Evil, when I was younger, I remember dogs coming through windows, and then I was like, oh my god, this is so scary. Now when I look at it, it's a bunch of zombies, and I'm shooting them with assault rifles. I'm just like, this sucks. So I don't like it very much anymore.
What happened to the
It's not scary.
fear?
Yeah, fear is important. It's like something that the series... To be fair, I never liked the fucking series because I was shit at the tank controls. I used to fucking run into walls like a complete moron and get killed and then swear loudly at the screen. But in general, I appreciate that it's gone from making you feel vulnerable to being a fucking... a shooter, like Dead Space, for example. You know, it's like an action-y game, really. And I guess some people like that, and it's like a commercial progress and all that kind of thing. But in general, you know, it's not a scary game anymore. What do you think, Def?
My fondest memory of the first one was probably the dog at the front door that I always thought was a fucking dinosaur when I was a kid. So
Really?
Otherwise,
were you on drugs as a kid, or
huh?
were you on drugs as a child, or?
Yes, I was actually.
Oh, awesome.
Still on them, proudly.
Still on them. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyway.
I don't know.
It has lost its suspense. I think it's something we can all agree on.
Yeah.
I think across the board, and it's I don't know. I mean, what we were talking about this a few weeks ago when we had Halloween on the show. What do you think makes a game scary? I mean, Cry is seen as like an expert on scary games. You play a shit ton of them. What do you think makes a game scary? While we're on the subject,
Let me just adjust my smug glasses while I think here. So, scary game. You gotta have proper build-up and proper atmosphere immersion. Otherwise, you're just gonna have, hey, oogly wooglies, run the fuck away now. That's not scary, that's reactionary. I just made that word up, I don't even know if it's real. Probably, maybe, sounds good. Either way, you gotta have proper build-up and execution of moments that put you on edge. Also, sounds are very important things. You gotta have good sounds, like, for example, with Amnesia custom stories, something that really gives them a fresh feel is custom sound work. If you have custom sound work, as opposed to the sounds you've heard like 80,000 times in Flying Naked Man custom stories, you're gonna be like, holy shit, I don't feel comfortable anymore. I have sweat running down my thighs. I need to change my pants. And that's really what you gotta do to make a good scary thing.
I think you're right. In fact, like, as Russ, as someone who's made a custom story yourself, what did you think about when you were like putting it together in terms of things like the scares and stuff like that?
I wasn't really thinking, to be honest. I was just kind of throwing things together because that was like my first ever making a video game project per se.
Yeah.
And so I just decided to start with a mod, and I tried to really take Amnesia, the original story, as inspiration. Just because they built up the ambience so well in that game. It was like every little noise made you like turn around and wonder if something was behind you. But, man, I don't really know. I just kind of threw things together and I was like, this seems like a good theme. Let's try that.
Well, that's really impressive, to be fair. The Cars like obviously was one of the early custom stories. I really enjoyed it. It was like, out of all the ones I played, and I played like a fucking load of them now, it was one of the ones that stayed with me. I thought it was really enjoyable, even though I got stuck in the wall at the end.
Yeah, that wall.
That wall.
Yeah.
Damn that wall.
It's actually the first full conversion custom story, too. He
Yeah.
was the one
Oh,
that
really?
first did it.
Even though there's nothing really custom.
There's nothing
about
custom
it.
at all about it except the main menu, but it's still a full conversion, so everyone can suck your balls now. It's
Yep.
good.
Paved the way.
You did.
It's genuinely like a really, really fucking good map. There's so much shit out there that I've played. Like, you know, there's so many ones that are really short with bad jump scares and just recycling the same stuff from Amnesia.
Oh, I'm raising my hand. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay. Russ invented the nights.
Oh, god
He
damn
invented the night scares.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I forgot about that.
He
That's
pioneered
amazing.
them.
That's amazing.
I know.
it! I wish I could have been the naked man scare.
I think the night scare, when those nights came after me, and I was heavily under the influence of alcohol, it's possibly one of the most scared times I've been in a video game. I was properly shitting myself. Like, if I'd been like aware of what was going on, I probably could have felt it running down my leg. Let's say that. And yeah, it was pretty fucking scary. Yeah, I completely forgotten about that. And actually, that was really one of the scariest moments in a custom story ever.
Thank
That
you.
was his plan when he was making those Event Collide callbacks. He was like, I'm gonna make this British woman shit herself so good.
That was it.
Yep, that was his drive for that.
Thank you for the amazing shit. It made my year actually at the time.
Funny enough, I actually got the inspiration for that from one of Cry's Let's Plays. I can't remember exactly
Oh, really?
which one.
Nightmare House 2!
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, with the mannequins.
Yeah.
Yeah. And someone else posted on the forums of the Amnesia mod forums where they were saying things that aren't meant to be harmful to you can end up being really scary if used in the right way, and so I just kind of thought about that.
Like that shit.
It's really good. It was really fucking scary. I mean, is it a general consensus among all of us that Amnesia was a really good scary game, the original, like without taking into account custom stories and things like that?
Yeah, of course. The thing is, everyone's been playing it so much that it really dulls down the experience. You know, like...
It's got too familiar.
Yeah, put it this way. You really like a song, and then you listen to it 800 times. 800 is now a thing. And you don't like the song anymore. You're like, oh, shut the fuck up already. But you still loved it when you first heard it. So there's no, like, denying that it was a great game. You played it too much.
Yeah.
Def's only just started playing it because he's a total wuss. And he just
Yeah,
got the strength to play it recently.
I just wish I could... That strength comes from copious amounts of alcohol, by the way. So even after I do play it, I don't generally remember it.
Yeah, I offered moral support last time he was recording it, and I was on Skype with him, and it took me quite a long time to explain to him how to leave a room. He was just telling me that Prussia was evil. He's like, fuck Prussia. He was just looking at a map of Prussia and just losing his shit over it, really. That was the extent of the video.
It's understandable.
And then I mooned everybody.
Yeah, fucking Prussians. They make people moon. That's a fact. Where
Praise
is
the
Pru-
moon.
Where the fuck is Prussia? Does it exist anymore? I have no idea.
It does not.
Then it's irrelevant.
Yeah. We can say fuck Prussia all we want now, and no one will be offended.
Huh, that's weight off my shoulders.
Fuck you, Prussia!
Fuck you, Prussia.
Piece of shit!
Anyway, actually, while we're on the subject, again, something else we touched on recently, but I think is worth getting your guys' opinion on. We talked about Dead Space and how it's like an action-y thing. Like recently, there was discussions about like obviously they've added co-op to try and make it easier for some people to be able to get into the game, because obviously if you play a game with someone else, it's going to be less scary and stuff. Do you think that's always necessary true, or do you think you could make a good scary co-op game?
See, I never played, what was it? The newest, I guess, co-op fear game was, what, Cry of Fear?
Yeah.
I never played it co-op. No.
Me either. I haven't played it at all. Did that make it any less scary or anything?
It was still relatively scary. The problem is, it was fucking hard.
Yeah.
So I think it was more hard than scary.
I think difficulty in horror games does need to be like scaled properly, because there's got to be a fear of death. Yet at the same time, if you're dying all the time, it just becomes repetition, and repetition makes things less scary.
Exactly, man. I mean, you can have a good scary game. You just can't rely all the time on jump scares to make this, the scary thing happen. Otherwise, you don't got a scary game. You gotta, hey, this game is making me react how a human being is supposed to react to a startle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's how I
That's
felt
just
about
cheating.
Dead Space, really. Because there's a little bit of build-up. You'll see something, go around a corner real quick, but there's no real, build-up to it. It's just everything pops out at you, and you're like, oh shit, gotta do something.
and then you
Yeah.
shoot it.
Copious amounts.
With your millions of bullets that you have, because you have 10 fully loaded guns and a cannon with you.
I
Yeah.
like cannons.
They should have cannons in more games, actually. Just to shoot
medieval
at
cannons?
aliens. Yeah, I think medieval,
medieval
cannons,
cannons.
they should be a requirement. I would have enjoyed Fear a lot more if I'd had a cannon to shoot armor in the face, to be fair.
I want a horror game where you have a trebuchet.
A portable trebuchet, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
To be fair, I think weapons do detract from the whole horror experience. The reason Amnesia was so great is because it's, you're so vulnerable and you can't defend yourself very easily. I'm looking forward to, I don't know if you've seen the Alone in the Sleep. It's where you play as a little kid and you're in a house where sort of nightmares come alive. It looks quite interesting, and I'm assuming as a kid you're going to be fairly defenseless.
Nah, it's gonna be like Turok. You're gonna have so much shit.
It's the kid gets out of bed, opens its bedside cabinet, and there's a fucking shotgun in there.
Yeah. A shotgun that shoots shotguns.
Yeah, I'm sure Borderlands 2 has one of those, actually. Or a shotgun that shoots rockets, at least.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
I think I heard of another game called The Intruder that looks really interesting about home invasion, and I know that's Cry's biggest fear.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest fears, you motherfucker.
Actually, Michelle, I think, was telling me about that, and I think what I thought would be so scary about that is it's not something that's out of the realm of possibilities. It's something that could happen in real life.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see more horror games based around reality, if you know what I mean. There's nothing scarier than the idea of someone breaking into your home while you're defenseless, perhaps, or you're being stalked by someone. I mean, I know it's not maybe a nice thing, but it might genuinely freak people out more than anything else. But I think I'd like to see more things like that, real fears, rather than zombies and shit like that. I don't know.
Michelle wants a... Oh, go ahead.
No. I was
gonna say.
God.
I was going to say, Michelle wants a game where she's walking down a dark alley with nothing but a rape whistle.
God.
That would actually be kind of scary, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It would be scary. I guess. I mean, I don't know if I really want a game where you get raped, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess that would be true fear if you had proper surround sound and you're really absorbed and you get someone coming up behind you, and you gotta think, I've got to propel this rape kit out of my vagina into this guy's face and then run away.
Christ. Well, alright then.
There could be a quick time event. It'd be amazing.
Press X to shoot vagina rockets.
Jeez. And then you get to later play as
no.
the EMT that performs the rape kit.
It could be like Trauma Center on the Wii.
Oh. The memento says collect semen.
But yeah, I mean, serious subjects in horror games could make them more scary, in my opinion. I mean, would you say Amnesia is the scariest game you guys have played, or is there anything else that sort of jumps out at you? Not literally.
Witch was a really big one for me back in the day.
Oh yeah, that is good. That's
Yeah.
where there's the body that follows you around and shit, yeah?
Yeah, which and oh wow, now I gotta think of the name of it. It was a Underhell. It was a mod for Half-Life 2.
I've played it as well.
Yeah.
Nothing fucking happened for me in that entire game. Everyone told me it was scary. I sat in a fucking closet for like 6 nights and nothing fucking happened. I was like, what the fuck? This game just hates me. I decided in the end.
When it works, it's scary. How about that?
I'm sure it is. What you mean? What actually happens in it? Like, is it your dead wife or something, or dead daughter or some shit after you? Or
The bathroom door slams open, and crawling on the floor is like some kind of like bloodied, watered down like lady, like kind of like The Grudge or something coming after you on the floor, crawling down the stairs and stuff. It's pretty messed up.
I actually think the Grudge Girl sound effect's like one of the scariest things ever. It freaks me out more than possibly anything else. You know that.
You want to hang out? Okay. It's an army of them, Jesus.
I was there's an Amnesia mod I played recently, and while the whole thing wasn't great at the start, it had the Grudge Girl, and I actually really thought that was a nice touch. It made it a bit different to have different sound effects and have a fucking hair coming out vents and shit in Amnesia, and you know, it made it a bit more scary than a lot of mods that I played recently that I haven't like put up on the channel because I thought they were just too the same, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
In fact, Tenebrous Lake is actually, I thought that was really good because it had different monsters, and that somehow made me feel much more vulnerable, even though they had exactly the same AI behaviour as all the other monsters. I guess something new and new sounds that they were speaking scared the shit out of me, actually.
Yeah, because once you hear that grunt sound, you already know what's coming.
Yeah.
When you hear that alarm sound as it sort of like runs at you as well,
Yeah.
you kind of get used to it.
See, I have a love-hate relationship with Tenebrous Lake. It had great ideas and great, executions of certain scares, and it really got me on edge. But the story and the pacing was just so awkward and uncomfortable. I just had no idea what was going on half the time. And then they tried to force me to like the wife character at the very end, and her voice actress was just so fucking bored. There's no emotion in her words whatsoever.
It was awful. It was I was like, fuck this, I'm going. At the end of mine.
I fucking left her to die because of that.
Me too. I was like, fine, I just fucking fought my way through, past that fucking miner dude and all that kind of shit, and then fucking just react like that. Fuck you, bitch.
Yep.
I hope you get cancer. That's what I said, and I left.
So it goes.
But,
That wasn't the custom story that had the Easter egg key, was it?
Yeah, was it?
Ah, jeez.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
It's not
with
much of an
the-
Easter egg, though.
It was a
bowling
door
alley.
that said Easter egg, right next to a save point. It's an Easter egg. You go bowling. Not even bring Roman with you.
I was so excited to go bowling. It was the highlight of the whole mod for me. I just couldn't get over it. I've never been bowling before because I'm British and it's illegal over here, and it was just like, wow,
It's
this
illegal?
is amazing.
What?
What?
Oh my god.
It's
I
shocking,
don't think
isn't
I can
it?
go to the UK ever.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, bowling's illegal in the UK. Fact.
Wow.
Don't question me. It's a fact, okay? But yeah, talking about horror games that like we enjoy. How about some horror games that we don't enjoy as much?
Fuck paranormal!
What are your views on Paranormal, Craig? Oh, please tell everyone.
It's fucking bad! It's not good!
Maybe it's gotten better.
No!
Maybe.
It hasn't! It's bad!
I have the full version, and it is, well, not the full, I have the latest beta because I paid money for it, and
is
it
it
is
bad?
essentially the same thing that it was a while ago. You still had to press shoot to start as well, which is amazing. I love that. It makes me so immersed when I think, wow, this is unreal. Literally.
Do you still see the scoreboard when you're dead?
No,
Does it
it's
still
not
have the
quite as bad.
trophies?
It does have trophies, but also when you die, the game doesn't end at various points. It just like stops. Like there's a bit where this girl with no jaw sort of attacks you in the basement, and that was pretty scary and well done. Actually, I did enjoy that. But then there's like a cutscene, and I kind of like fell through the floor, and I'm not really sure what happened. It just didn't stop, and the game didn't end. And I'm pretty sure it was meant to be fixed in the latest patch, but it did it again when I tried to do it again. So, I don't really know what's going on with it. I don't want to say it's like a bit of a rip-off, but it is a bit of a rip-off.
Just a little bit, yeah.
How much money did you say they did quite well on that with it, or
On what? What?
did they on Kickstarter? Do you know? If
Yeah, they
or-
made thousands of dollars on
Yeah.
shit. You know what they did essentially was they took a shit and then they took their Android Sony Ericsson phone and took a picture of the shit and was like, "Hey, play my shit." And then they just print out a picture on their computer and have a piece of paper at their desk and then they just do this and then their fingers are all stinky.
I would donate to that Kickstarter.
I would too.
It's a major selling point having shit.
That's what it was.
Speaking
Games just need more
of,
shit.
They do. There needs to be more shit. Maybe there could be a new horror game based around shit, where a giant lump of shit chases you down darkened corridors.
It's the great poo from Conker's Bad
Conker's
Fur
Bad
Day.
Fur Day.
Conker's Bad
He comes back and pissed off.
That was probably the first time I ever heard twat was from that game.
Me
Yeah,
too.
that's me too.
Is it not a common word in America, or
No.
because I heard that when I was like
Not
2?
really.
You were
Even
almost
then, I
named Twat. It was
I
a
was.
potential
I was
name.
It was Michelle, twat, or cunt. The options, and they went for Michelle. Fortunately for me, actually. Otherwise, it could have been a bit awkward, you know.
Especially a roll
Yeah,
call at
because
school.
Yeah.
her YouTube name would have ended up Manga Twat.
I think I might have gotten more views if it was called that, or manga cunt.
Oh my god.
Speaking of donating to things that turned out to be not as good, how about Gray, Cry?
His names are in the credits.
So's mine as well.
No. I want my money back. You can donate, but you can't. I demand a refund.
This is not what I donated for.
I know.
Did you play it as well, Russ? Or
No, I didn't even heard of it until Cry had done it.
it was
It was bad.
yeah.
Now, was
was
it just
bad.
the level of the difficulty, or
I mean, that was the main problem for me. I like to, when I'm recording something, I like to go through it fairly quickly if I can, if you know what I mean, and be efficient in the way I play. And it was actually impossible to do that in Grey because it was so it was ridiculously hard. It was just like, fuck, it was awful.
The big thing also that got me with Gray is it's essentially Cry of Fear in the
Same
Half-Life
voice
2
actor.
engine.
Same voice actor.
Same voice actor too, which is a big thing. It's just like, hey, you want to be different from Cry of Fear? Don't use the same vocal cords.
I think actually Sweden only has like 3 people in it, so that's probably why that they had to resort to using
We'll
him.
get more far to do the voice then. Come on.
To be fair, like we were talking about this earlier, but I think Cry, you do some reasonably good voice acting. You have a voice for it. I think you could have done a better job than the guy from Cry of Fear. The scene on the roof in Cry of Fear is possibly one of the worst things I've ever watched in my fucking life.
Yeah, that was
Oh
pretty
my
bad.
God.
Well, I don't even remember what he said.
I spent the entire scene going, jump off, go on, you're acting so bad. And then she did. I was like, I felt quite guilty, actually. I was genuinely surprised when she... I was like, oh well, didn't have to take what I said to heart, you know. But yeah, it was fucking bad. It was awful.
At least you got to go loot her corpse afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
yeah?
Did she
if
even
I
drop
could
that?
paraphrase that, did she? Sorry, go ahead.
I was asking you, did she drop anything epic?
No, she just
No
dropped her
blues.
life, and that wasn't very epic at all.
Yeah. If I could paraphrase that whole cutscene, it would be Simon saying, "I love you," and then the girl saying, "I don't love you, but let's kill ourselves together." That's it. And that's
she
the way
does-
they should have made it, because it would have been 5 minutes shorter.
It goes on for fucking forever. It's awful. But yeah, I mean, using the same guy in Grey, I thought was a big, stupid design decision. In fact, to be fair, Grey was full of fairly big, stupid design decisions, like that fucking boss fight with the 3 fucking things and the endlessly spawning enemy shits and no health things.
that's what I got stuck on, and I stopped recording at that point because this is just too hard.
I turned God mode on and then recorded it with my health bar permanently at 0 for the entire rest of the game. And then I got to the end and found out you had to play on hard to actually get the ending that was the proper ending, and I was like, I'm not
Bastards.
going to play on hard. No, that's what I thought. it was pretty bad. But hard games aren't necessarily a bad thing. Like Russ, you're playing Dark Souls at the moment. That's a good example of doing difficulty right, in my opinion. I mean, what do you think of that?
I love Dark Souls. That's man. If I was stuck on an island in one game, it'd probably be Dark Souls or Dwarf Fortress.
I do like. Did you play it on the 360 or is it? In fact, which version are you playing? Is it the PC or a 360 version?
Well, I like it so much that I had it on 360. I actually still have the game. I just don't have a 360 anymore. And I bought it on PC because I don't know. The game's a masterpiece to me. It's so hard, but the combat just makes it feel well. Like
it just feels
strong.
just right, doesn't it? Yeah. It's just perfectly balanced in terms of difficulty versus how the game plays. And I have it on 360 and PC as well because I loved it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really fucking good game, and more people should buy it because it's amazing.
Yep.
And I'll collect my check from Software later on. But yeah, I mean, and while it's not a scary game, I think it does a good job of making you feel. I feel really fucking nervous when I'm playing it. Like, if you know what I mean, I feel constantly on edge. Especially like when I first played through the depths with the cursed monsters that like spew shit everywhere.
Yeah.
I was so fucking nervous. Like it creates a level of fear, even though it isn't a horror game. If you know what I mean, just because you want to protect your character and not get into that difficult scenario, as it were.
Oh yeah, and being cursed will ruin your day.
Yeah, it's nothing worse. Fucking wake up, have your cereal, have some orange juice, cry, and then. Yeah.
And then you find out you put the orange juice in with the cereal, and you're like, oh, fuck!
That happens to me every day. Although, cereal is illegal in England as well, if you didn't know, guys. So,
Damn.
Fuck your country.
Yeah.
Never
I know.
going.
I am not vacationing there.
Okay, so moving on. Are you guys looking forward? First of all, let's go with Russ. Russ, any games you're looking forward to coming out later on this year that you have your eyes on, or anything you maybe in like the next sort of 12 months anyway that you are looking forward to at all?
Oh, I really want to see how they do the DayZ standalone because I really like DayZ. It's just so buggy and I can't stand it. That and probably I'm not sure exactly what the name is. I know Cry knows it, where you can play as a shark and a swimmer.
The Deep something.
Yeah, that game.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and open water is probably my biggest fear, so that'll probably be a terrifying game for me.
Deep shit, it should be called.
Yeah. Playing and then suddenly you see a floating turd in the middle of the ocean. It's like, oh, that's good.
Maybe that's the objective. You can have to like poo or pee in various areas to
Capture the flag with poop in the water.
God.
And just leave candy bars as decoys.
It's perfect. There's no flaw to this plan. Make it.
I'm on it.
All right, good job.
It'll be an amnesia
Kickstarter.
mod, but
An amnesia mod, yeah. I would like to see actually some like games like that actually with water as a fear, like sharks and shit. Like sharks are pretty scary. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Cry, what are you looking forward to?
Oh man, there was this game I've been wanting to do since I started making videos. It's just now finally coming out at the end of this month called Lucius. I've heard of that.
Yeah, I've got it already. I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, that thing looks awesome. You get to kill people and your little boy. It's like, I'm spawn of Satan. This is good. I like this. Yeah.
Has it been one of your life's ambitions to be the spawn of Satan? Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds fun. And then there's what is it called? Among the Sleep, which you mentioned earlier. That one looks good. And then there's so much things coming out right now. Oh, it's totally not related to anything that we've been talking about in terms of horror and stuff.
That's fine.
But Pokemon Black and White too. Come on, I love Pokemon. That shit's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get my Pokemon on, man.
I think Dev's playing like a Pokemon MMO at the moment. Dev, is this true? Are the accusations real?
Yeah, I played it a little bit, and it's really buggy, so I've been going back and playing Pokemon Emerald instead.
which one is it?
It's literally just called Pokemon MMO, I think. But I think it's just a copy of the original Pokemon Red and Blue, but basically with other people in the world with you.
I'm just gonna get on there and just stand at the side of a path. Hopefully people will run by me.
Look like a trainer.
Yeah. And then I'll just have Caterpies.
Damn it. I'll have Rattatas.
Alright.
I'm gonna stand by the water with nothing but Magikarps that do splash.
Level 30 Magikarps.
I'm afraid I know nothing about Pokemon. I have played.
Let me guess, that's
maybe
banned
Yellow
in your
once.
country too.
Oh yeah, in fact, yeah. Sorry, I mean
Oh
I haven't
my
played it.
God.
It's banned in England as well. Yeah, they just said it was too Japanese and therefore too rapey is the word they use in the law.
Okay. That explains things.
Because we all know that rape's encouraged in Japan, and it's actually obligatory for anyone over the age of 20 to rape or be raped.
Well, you got like tentacles and stuff in Pokemon as well as trains, so
Oh my god, those trains.
yeah. You don't want that.
Oh god. Incidentally, if you are watching this video in Japan, good luck with tomorrow's rape. Thumbs up.
And cue the angry comments.
Yeah. I have a feeling the rape whistle game won't do so well in Japan.
No, it's like in White Day where the janitor blows his whistle. He has the wrong idea of what a rape whistle is.
He thinks you blow it when you want to rape.
Oh god, I do still have nightmares about the White Day janitor. Just because he's a fucking cunt. We were talking about this earlier. It's just a cunt. Just fuck him. Just fuck him. And fuck that fucking woman who chases you and makes the walls shake and shit as well. Fuck her too. Fucking hated it.
What about the
But I
giant
did-
baby?
And the baby.
And the baby. And the tree that does the laugh from that Wipeout song. It's like, ha 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 ha, Wipeout. It's like that. It sounds just like it.
It's just constant though. There's no actual song anymore. It's just a laugh.
That said, I did actually. I guess I enjoyed sort of White Day in like a sadistic, punishing myself kind of way. It was pretty good. I don't know why, but I did like it.
You're masochist, Minx. Okay.
I am. I must be masochist. That could be my new name. Could be let's make another channel and lose all my subscribers again. Masochist Minx.
And just play I Want to Be the Guy all day.
Yeah, just play shit games.
And then everyone in the comments just starts berating you because they think you like it.
Yeah.
Oh, YouTube comment sections. You're my best friend. You're like an alcohol that I turn to, just to get through the day, and then I'm violently ill a few hours later. Anyway, Deaf, what are you looking forward to in terms of games coming out in the next 12 months?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I feel like now that I have Borderlands 2, I'm just kind of. I do really, really, really want to play Dishonored because I'm a huge fan of stealth games like the Tenchu franchise. Mm-hmm. And actually, like one of my, I don't remember if it was PS1 or PS2, but it was a Tenchu-esque game called Red Ninja that I don't think was very popular, but was a fucking amazing game.
It was banned here.
Probably. But so with Dishonored coming out, that'll be a new fun step in stealth games. I don't like the stealth games like the stealth missions like in like the stupid COD games, and I wasn't a big fan of Splinter Cell. I did like the latest one, but other than that, not so much. So
What about Metal Gear?
I am not a big fan of Metal Gear. I know.
What?
I know.
I don't like it either.
What? Was it banned in your country? Please say yes.
No, it wasn't. It was like it was compulsory for everyone under over the age of 5 to play. Sorry. I just
Oh no, you
I don't know. I just didn't like it very much. I'm sorry.
I know someone who would be very offended by what you're saying right now.
Do you know Hideo Kojima personally?
That's what happens. You talk to Pewdie, and then it goes straight to Kojima.
And then the president of the galaxy.
Like there's some guys here that didn't like your game, and like Kojima like just cuts himself slightly and sheds a single tear.
Commits Harikiri right there.
I actually heard
And then he goes off.
I slipped my wrist with the game CD.
It hurt.
I think a lot of people commit suicide in Japan because they haven't met their rape quota, and it's just frowned upon.
This is such an offensive podcast.
It's all right. Well, everyone knows I'm joking. Everyone knows I'm joking. We'll just move
Believe
on
it or
to.
not, this isn't the first time we've made Japanese rape jokes in a video. So.
I make it all the time. Corpus Party is just one Japanese rape joke, the entire thing.
It's a party of rape.
It is, exactly. A party of necrophilic rape, which also is encouraged in Japan. I had someone. I'm sorry, person, if you're watching this video right now when you actually watch the video, but one of you posted and was like, I think it's very rude of you to say that it's racist to. I basically said, oh sorry, I'm gonna go back on myself. What I said was it's racist to Japanese people to be anti-rape, and someone took me very seriously. And person, I was joking. And if you're watching this video, I sincerely apologise for any trauma caused, but it was your fault. Anyway, let's move on, I guess.
I'm just waiting for your P.O. box to be flooded with rape whistles now.
I don't have a PO box. I don't have a PO box, fortunately. Not yet, anyway.
No, they're going to make you one, and they're just going to send it to you for the next 4 years.
I'll open my PO box, and then a rape kit will propel into my face.
Somehow from the mailbox's vagina.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone needs to animate that.
Oh, God. I can't believe the shit we're talking about. Anyway. Right. I'm trying to think of
Wait, what are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to?
Yeah.
I don't look forward to video games. They always let me down. I always get really psyched and yeah,
like Guild
can't
Wars
wait
2.
to play this. I can't wait to play this. And then it's like, it's okay. It's okay. Guild Wars 2. I do like Guild Wars 2 still, but I think I probably played 160 hours in 3 days, and that was probably very bad. Especially as there isn't 160 hours in 3 days, and yeah, I kind of just it was a bit bad for my health. I played it a lot, and I kind of burnt out a bit. What did you think of it, Cray?
I played too much. It was like that. Russ, what did you think about it?
It's pretty good. I only made it to 55, and then you stopped playing. I was like, oh man. Guess I'll stop playing too.
Yeah, I do bad.
Well, it's once you get to 80, besides World vs. World, what is there to do?
Chill.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
General chat.
Go find everything, all the locations.
Get all the general chat achievements.
Why isn't there an MMO with general chat achievements?
I just wanted to point out, because it's a recent thing, about the whole Steam doing software. They have achievements in their Game Maker software on there. I think there's achievements in the program to make
1,000
games.
compiler bugs.
Yeah.
Reset your game at
Really?
least 1,000 times.
Does anyone care about Steam achievements? They're kind of the baby brother of other achievements, and
I don't care
I don't
about
know.
Achievos at all.
I think they're okay. I mean, they're better than Microsoft Windows Live achievements. But
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
totally.
You beat the
then-
tutorial. Good job.
Because, I mean, I actually use Steam, so I can be like, yeah, look at all these achievements, scrubs. Like in Binding of Isaac and stuff. I got Golden God like a pro.
I suck at Binding of Isaac. I'm so shit at it. Properly shit. I've never finished it. I just fucking die constantly.
You know,
and I just keep going.
Russ got, what did you get in Super Meat Boy?
Golden God.
He got Golden God in Super Meat Boy. There
Yeah.
you go.
But not Binding of Isaac. Fuck that game.
Yeah, achievements are fucking pointless. They're just, mindless bragging rights. But, I mean, it's just something for some people to work forward to because they're like, hey, I can brag to my friends that don't really care about this.
And on the internet, it's all about the e-peen.
Yeah, man. I love e-peens. And peens.
I kind of like achievements for things especially Guild Wars 2 mostly, because when I run out of shit to do or don't want to do something else, the achievements give me something to do.
And don't they even
So
give
it's
you experience and items?
Yeah,
as
they give you
well?
experience and items. Yeah.
So there is motivation
Yeah.
to do those achievements, unlike other games, which just increases your gamer score, though.
That's
so
true.
if I'm running around senselessly slaughtering rabbits, I might as well get an achievement for it.
That is the best thing about Guild Wars 2. Now you mention it, killing rabbits. I just run around like psychotically laughing to myself and shooting them in the face and going like that.
Damn.
Oh my.
I'm hard right now.
But yeah, I guess games that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I like Death. I'm looking forward to Dishonored. I'm actually looking forward to the Doom 3 re-release as well, because I never properly finished it, and I'd like to actually play through it properly again with even more levels than before. And yeah, I mean, there isn't actually that much I'm looking forward to, especially coming out this year. I mean, next year maybe Metro Last Light I'm looking forward to quite a lot. I did like Metro 2033 quite a lot. So yeah, Last Light, look forward to. Hopefully it's a bit less frustrating than Metro was. But in general, not a huge amount at the moment. I guess like I tend to get more surprised by indie games these days. Like an indie game will be like come out and I'll suddenly find it's really good, but I won't know about it until shortly beforehand, so I won't get like properly psyched up like I did for Guild Wars 2, for example, or how I am for Dishonored.
See, that's the big thing with AAA titles is you get really hyped and stuff, and they don't meet your expectations. Then you say this game sucks. And with like indie games that you never heard about, that just come out like the next day, you're like, whoa, this took me by surprise. I like this. Give me more.
Yeah, I think I've said this a few times actually, like in my videos recently, that indie games I feel are where creativity comes from a lot of the time at the moment. I don't know if that's whether to do with the fact that there is hype behind it and the hype lets you down, because I'm sure a lot of those games are still good, but they just don't live up to the hype, if you know what I mean. And whereas an indie game you don't have any expectations at all, and it's usually cheaper, so maybe that affects your viewpoint somewhat. I don't know.
The only exception I would say to that is probably Fez, though.
Fuck Fez.
I have never played Fez. What is it about? I don't even know anything about it. Educate me, Russ.
You're a 2D sprite in a 3D world because you got a 3-dimensional fez, and you wear it, and you can rotate the camera in the world, and it changes your perspective, and that's how you solve puzzles to get pretty much pieces to a 3D block.
That is amazing.
It sounds really amazing, but it just took way too long. It has like a Daikatana kind of thing going on.
Really?
What? Yeah.
I just don't like the creators, so I don't like the game. I'm sorry, I cheated.
Have you upset any creators before Cry with your comments? Did you upset the creator Paranormal?
I hope I did. I hope his day was pretty soured. He deserves to have a bad day with his thousands of dollars. Son of a bitch.
He's probably like rolling around in the money, and he's like, Cry said my game wasn't very good, and there's like just a tear.
Wipe your tear with $100 bill, you bastard.
As he swims around like Scrooge McDuck in his money bin.
Exactly.
Your opinion was the only one that mattered to him.
And it's on Steam now. It's getting the Steam green light or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, or at least it was supposed to be. I don't remember exactly, but I know it was on the green light thing.
It's not a proper game yet, still, at all, really.
I don't like it, man. It's bad. It's bad.
That's very Brooklyn of you there. This is bad. That was my best attempt at a Brooklyn accent. I hope everyone enjoyed. Anyway, there's actually an indie game that took me by surprise recently. Was a game called Hell Yeah, which has just come out on Steam. Where you can play with a bunny. Yeah, games need more bunnies, especially killer bunnies that like shred people alive and stuff. It was really good, and there needs to be more death and violence in platform games in general.
Did you try They Bleed Pixels?
I did, and I was really shit at it.
Just not very good at platforming.
No, I just got really upset and wanted to put my head through the fucking screen, actually. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Or?
Well, first off, you wouldn't bleed pixels there. You would bleed normal blood. And I actually never got to play it yet. I just watched like my buddy Northern Lion do it a bit and stuff like that, but I never actually got around to doing it. So I need to start smashing my head against the wall and try to be bad at that game.
I think it's more a case of me just being really bad at it rather than it being a bad game. It's like Super Meat Boy. I'm shit at that as well. It feels very similar, I guess, to that. And I just don't do platforming very well. It's like especially first person platforming. It's just bad. I don't like it. Ever since Turok, it's haunted me for my entire life.
Russ loves first person platforming, don't you?
Oh, only on Mirror's Edge. That's probably the only good first person platformer.
Yeah.
It also makes me sick. Virtual
Video
motion
game-
sickness sucks, I tell you.
I don't think I've got motion sickness from the game. Apart from Rage, I felt like my eyes were too far apart when I was playing it. It was really weird. Like I felt like I was having my face stretched. I don't know why. It must have been like the POV or something. But it was, oh god, I felt really ill when I played Rage. I don't know why.
Your stomach was in a rage.
It probably was. I was being violently ill.
Yeah, violence.
I don't think I could handle that, not being able to play a game because of motion sickness. Like Sam Skinner said, she can't play any like really fast game like the Sonic games make her sick.
Poor Sonic.
She's just crazy, man.
Poor Sonic.
No.
He's been in so many shit games now, and he doesn't get a cartoon anymore, and everyone's mean to him.
No.
Poor Sonic.
Poor Sonic.
I love Sonic.
I've eaten that Sonic before. There's a Sonic in my area.
God. Anyway, we seem to have exhausted most sane conversation here. So, oh, my clock's going off and it's making
now
noise
I
like
hear
a
it.
bird. Isn't that lovely, everyone?
Cool.
It's 7 a.m. here in the crazy world of time zones.
You should probably go deal with those birds.
I know, they're just like flying around the room.
Yeah, dangerous.
Anyway, I think we've exhausted sane topics of conversation here because we're talking about bird clocks. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much, Russ and Cry, for coming along on the podcast this month. Thank you very much for your time. It was an honour to have you both here.
Dude, good.
And thank you as well, Russ.
Thanks as well. I'm glad to be a part of it. It was fun.
Okay, no worries. Anyway, we'll see you next time, guys. Links to everyone's channel and their Twitch TV account below as well, and all that usual stuff, even though they need no introduction. But anyway, bye for now, everyone. Have a great fucking day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.